my Uncle Mike was a very idealistic man, and he liked to, right wrongs. I mean, if something was wrong, he would say, well, we have to make it right. So I personally believe that this had something to do with Pearl Harbor and enlisting. He wanted to enlist, and I'm not so sure he even had to, because at the time of his enlistment, he was 33 years old.
Really?
Yes. So here's a middle 30s-year-old man jumping in and out of foxholes. That's interesting. Him and a buddy went to a London theater. I'm not sure if they were in furlough, if they were stationed there. Over the loudspeaker came an announcement, please vacate the theater immediately. Evacuate the theater. There's V-2 rockets coming. So he got out, and his Army buddy said, I'm going to stay. So his Army buddy stayed, and sure enough, the V-2 rockets hit the theater, and he came back for his friend, and he was cut in two. He goes in on the first wave, and a landmine hit his tank, his landing craft. So luckily that was a good thing, because from what I understand, the first wave was wiped out, or mostly wiped out, on Omaha. So he goes in on either the second wave or a subsequent wave, and he gets in. So he goes in the water, and he said it's at least waist deep. I don't know if he said it was chest deep or waist deep, but it was very high up. So he's over there with his rifle up, because and he's going in, and bullets are flying all over, and he goes in, and he says the water was blue, and he said he made it to the beach. He turned around, and he says the Atlantic Ocean turned red. He said it was absolutely red with blood. He said he couldn't believe it.
Did your uncle ever say how he felt when he was going ashore on D-Day?
Well, he wasn't scared. He said we had a job to do. We were going to get it done, and he wanted to see it through.
So your uncle would talk about D-Day over the years?
Yeah, not much at all. He would talk about it on its anniversary.
Okay.
That's when he would talk about it.
Did he have a hard time talking about it?
Not really, but he didn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
He didn't tear up or well up. You kind of had to pull it out of him in some ways. He was like every other vet. They just didn't talk about it. He didn't have any psychological issues or post-traumatic. But there seems to be, and I've talked to other D-Day guys, and I've seen them on television, and they seem to have been marked from what they saw. A lot of the young people, this is so far away now, and they don't even know anything. They don't even know what D-Day is. I think we need to make D-Day a national holiday, day of remembrance. I really think it's that important. It turns the tide. It shows how much people love their country. To go to this invasion, and it should be a national holiday, and that will make people be reflective.